Are you worried about getting lost on your cruise ship? Trust me, I've been there. On my first mega ship, I ended up in the crew area trying to find the buffet. But today, you're going to learn exactly how to navigate any cruise ship like a pro. Whether you're on Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, Disney, you name it. So welcome back to Cruise Savvy. I'm Barb, and today I'm breaking down 7 easy tricks that'll make even the biggest ship feel simple. Tip number 1, understand forward, midship, and aft. So this is the foundation. Every cruise ship is broken into 3 main sections. Forward, which is the front of the ship, midship is the center or the middle, and aft is the back of the ship. In addition, each side of the ship has a name, port side and starboard side. Based on facing forward, port side is the left side of the ship and starboard side is the right side of the ship. Once you know where you are and what side of the ship your cabin is located, you're going to instantly understand which direction to walk in. The second tip, look for symbols and clues in the hallways of the cruise ship. So cruise lines are going to sneak in tiny little hints that are going to help you navigate. Believe it or not, Royal Caribbean and Norwegian oftentimes use carpet patterns that point forward. Sometimes you're going to see fish on the carpet and they're swimming towards the front of the ship. Oftentimes you'll see arrow designs and those arrows will be pointing to the front of the ship, letting you know you're walking in the direction of the forward part of the ship. Now Disney, they do themed door markers. So based on the deck that you're on, your door marker is going to look different, letting you know you're at least on the right deck. Carnival has port side versus starboard side color cues in some hallways. Not all, but depending on the ship, just keep an eye out for these small, subtle hints. In addition, a lot of times the number, your room number that has that little plaque on the outside of your door will have an indicator. It might even say forward. It might have a diagram of your cruise ship with it colored in where you are. And sometimes it doesn't have that, but it might have a slight design like a wave. And the part that goes up the highest is pointing forward. Number 3 seems simple, but I still find people getting lost even though there are cruise deck maps everywhere on your ship. Every elevator will have a giant "You Are Here" map. Here's how to use them like a seasoned cruiser. Find the star that marks your current location. Note the decks that hold the places that you need the most, like your dining decks, your pool, and entertainment. Identify whether you're walking forward or aft before you start walking. You know how many times I've made this mistake? I will walk on a mega ship all the way forward trying to go to a dining room, and I know it's all the way in the aft of the ship. I've got to turn around and walk all the way back. I guess I don't mind because I need to get those steps in. The next one's pretty easy. Pay attention to the color carpet right outside of your cabin because many cruise ships will change the color carpet depending on where your cabin is located. For example, if your cabin is located on the port side, you may have red carpet. And if your cabin is located on the starboard side, you may have blue carpet. This is another great sign you're on the wrong side of the ship. One trick that I personally use all the time is I pay attention to the artwork that's hung when you first go down the stairs or up the stairs to your cabin because art changes with every floor and every hallway. So if you see, maybe you're seeing a zebra in a piece of artwork as you make the right into the hallway and you know your cabin is only 3 doors down from that zebra, you're heading in the right direction. If you come, let's say you're at the other end of the ship and you go up to the proper deck, but you go to make that right and there's no zebra, you know you made a mistake. So now it's a matter of, are you on the right side of the ship or are you too far forward or too far aft? I hope you guys are finding these tips helpful. Do me a favor if you do, hit that like button, send me a comment, let me know, or even subscribe to the channel. Our channel's growing and we're growing fast and we want you to be a part of it. Now that everybody pretty much carries their cell phone with them, Another wonderful way to just make sure you're on the right part of the ship is to use your cruise line's free app. It doesn't require that you buy the cruise ship internet plan. You can hook up to their free Wi-Fi to do this, and you can pull up the deck map on your phone. So if you're lost and you have your phone, pull up your ship's map and find your way from there. Tip number 6, even if you know the ship. Look, I've been on some of these ships several times, and the first day I always do the same thing just to kind of resituate myself for that ship. Every ship has their quirks. So you want to go ahead on the first day and walk around. Walk forward, walk aft, visit every pool, locate your muster station, find the dining room, the windjammer, or the buffet, look at the theater, and your brain will start to form that mental map. And that's going to make things easier for you to navigate as you're going through your day. And while we're on that subject, number 7 is to use those landmarks. They make the ship make sense. So the atrium, for example, on Royal Caribbean may be in the front of the ship. So you always know if you're leaving the atrium, you're walking aft. The main pool deck is generally midship. The casino is found on different decks on different ships. So just pay attention to where it is on your ship in relation to your cabin. That's probably the number one thing that everybody gets confused finding is your cabin. I mean, usually at dinner time, you could tell which direction the dining room is in because everybody's heading that way. But when it comes time to finding your cabin, even the seasoned cruisers make these mistakes. I make them a million times. Even though I know the rules, I still do it. So decorate your door. If you decorate your door, if you're at least in the right hallway, you can spot your door as you're walking down the hallway and you know you made it. I have to laugh because so many times at night, coming back from, let's say, a nightclub or, those adult socials, I've seen people, they must have had the drink package, quite honestly, not find their room. I've been behind people before walking down those hallways, trying to get in the wrong door. And I've actually even seen one lady open her door and she's looking down the hallways and she sees her husband trying every door. And she's like trying to flag him down because he is lost. He doesn't know where he's going. So you're going to see it. Everybody does it. If you're a new cruiser, join the club. But all the tricks that we just covered here today are going to help you do it a little less maybe, but you're not going to do it 100% of the time. If you're one of those people that have no problem getting back to your cabin at night, let me know. What are your tricks? Did I miss something? And if you're taking children on your cruise, show them how to go out to the maps next to the elevator, or some cruise ships have those interactive, they look like giant iPads hanging on the walls, and you can touch the button of where you're going and it's going to draw you a map. Some of these kids are very tech savvy, so let them know how to work that. And if in doubt, always ask a crew member. They're going to be happy to help you and point you in the right direction. So now you know all the tips on how to exactly navigate any cruise ship without getting lost, most of the time, whether it's your first cruise or your 15th cruise. If this helped, be sure to like and subscribe and stay here with Cruise Savvy for all of your cruise content. What ship are you going to be sailing next? Luckily, I'm sailing the Vision of the Seas next, which is a very small ship, and I know my way around that ship, probably blindfolded. I'll let you know if I get lost though, because that would be comical. It is totally going to be different than the Star of the Seas that I just sailed on a few months back. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you out on the sea. Happy sailing.